Muhammad Azam Shah, the third son of Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, lived a life of privilege and power. Born into the opulence of the Mughal court, Azam was groomed from a young age for leadership. His early life was steeped in the intricacies of court politics and military strategy. Azam quickly proved himself a capable commander in the Deccan Wars. These wars were a defining feature of Aurangzeb's reign. They pitted the Mughal armies against the formidable Deccan sultanates. Azam's military exploits in the Deccan earned him a reputation as a courageous warrior. He was known for his tactical acumen. This experience in the Deccan would shape Azam's ambitions and ultimately contribute to his downfall. He witnessed firsthand the challenges of maintaining a vast and diverse empire. Little did he know that he would soon face even greater trials in his quest for the Mughal throne. The Deccan Wars were a crucible for Azam. They forged in him a sense of ambition and a thirst for power. However, these wars also exposed the growing cracks within the Mughal Empire. The empire was stretched thin by constant warfare. This internal weakness would become all too apparent in the struggle for succession that followed Aurangzeb's death. Azam's story, therefore, is not just about a single ruler's ambition. It's a microcosm of the larger forces that were pulling the Mughal Empire apart. Aurangzeb's long and tumultuous reign cast a long shadow over his sons. The aging emperor, known for his ruthlessness and piety, had outlived many potential heirs. This created a climate of uncertainty and tension within the Mughal court. Each of Aurangzeb's sons harbored ambitions for the throne. Each knew that their father's death would trigger a bitter struggle for power. Azam, confident and ambitious, was among the most eager to claim the Peacock throne. He believed that his military experience and imperial lineage made him the rightful heir. He surrounded himself with loyal followers and began to consolidate his power base. However, Azam was not alone in his ambition. His brothers, Shah Alam and Muhammad Kambakhsh, also had their eyes on the prize. The Mughal system of succession, unlike primogeniture, did not clearly define a single heir apparent. This ambiguity, coupled with Aurangzeb's long reign and the vastness of the empire, created a breeding ground for rivalry and suspicion. As Aurangzeb's health deteriorated, the court was abuzz with rumors and intrigue. Alliances were forged and broken overnight. The Mughal Empire, once a beacon of power and stability, was teetering on the brink of chaos. In 1707, Aurangzeb, the last of the great Mughals, breathed his last. His death, while expected, sent shockwaves through the empire. The fragile peace that had held the Mughal court together shattered. Azam, true to his ambitious nature, wasted no time in declaring himself emperor. He was in a strong position, controlling the Mughal treasury and army near Aurangabad. However, his claim was immediately challenged by his brothers. Shah Alam, the eldest and arguably the most capable of Aurangzeb's sons, was away governing the northern provinces. Despite the distance, he commanded considerable resources and support. Meanwhile, the youngest brother, Muhammad Kambakhsh, declared himself emperor in the Deccan, further complicating the situation. The Mughal Empire was now engulfed in a three-way war of succession. The war of succession was not simply a family feud, it was a struggle for the very soul of the Mughal Empire. Each brother promised a different vision for the future. Azam, known for his extravagance and military ambitions, represented a continuation of Aurangzeb's policies. Shah Alam, on the other hand, promised a more tolerant and inclusive rule. The outcome of this conflict would determine the fate of millions and the legacy of the Mughal dynasty. Section 4. The Battle of Jajau, a turning point in Mughal history. The Battle of Jajau, fought in June 1707 near Agra, proved to be a pivotal moment in the Mughal War of Succession. Azam Shah, at the head of a massive and well-equipped army, faced his older brother, Shah Alam, in a contest that would decide the fate of the empire. The air was thick with tension as the two armies lined up, their banners fluttering in the summer breeze. Azam, confident in his military prowess and the size of his forces, made a tactical error. He underestimated his brother's strategic brilliance and the loyalty of his troops. Shah Alam, though outnumbered, had chosen his battlefield carefully. He exploited the terrain to his advantage and rallied his troops with promises of victory and rewards. The battle raged for hours, a chaotic melee of elephants, cavalry, and infantry. Cannons roared, muskets flashed, and the clash of steel echoed across the plains. Despite early successes, Azam's forces began to waver. Shah Alam's superior tactics and the inspired fighting of his troops began to turn the tide. The battle culminated in a devastating rout of Azam's army. The once proud prince was killed alongside his son, marking a dramatic turn in the War of Succession. Section 5. The Price of Defeat. The defeat at Jajau was a crushing blow from which Azam Shah never recovered. His death on the battlefield left his remaining forces disarrayed and demoralized. The dream of the Peacock throne, a dream he had nurtured for so long, lay shattered on the blood-soaked ground. His demise marked a turning point in the War of Succession, paving the way for Shah Alam's eventual victory and ascension to the throne as Bahadur Shah I. The news of Azam's defeat spread like wildfire across the empire, triggering a wave of shock and uncertainty. The Mughal court, once a symbol of imperial grandeur and stability, was now embroiled in a bitter power struggle. The empire's enemies, both internal and external, sensed weakness and began to make their moves. The Battle of Jajau, while decisive, came at a heavy cost. It exposed the deep divisions within the Mughal Empire and highlighted the decline in military leadership that had set in during Aurangzeb's later years. The empire, weakened by internal strife and external threats, would never fully recover from this blow. Azam's defeat, therefore, serves as a stark reminder of the ephemeral nature of power and the heavy price of ambition. Section 6. A legacy cut short. Azam Shah's reign, though brief and ultimately unsuccessful, offers a glimpse into a pivotal moment in Mughal history. His ambition, courage, and military experience, qualities he inherited from his father, Aurangzeb, ultimately contributed to his downfall. He ascended to the throne in a whirlwind of ambition and died a warrior's death on the battlefield. His story, however, is more than just a footnote in the annals of the Mughal dynasty. It is a cautionary tale about the perils of unchecked ambition and the fragility of empire. Despite his short reign, Azam left behind a complex legacy. He was known for his patronage of the arts and his administrative reforms, albeit short-lived. He commissioned grand architectural projects and was a patron of poets and musicians. His reign, though brief, was marked by a flurry of activity aimed at consolidating his power and legitimizing his rule. Azam's legacy is forever intertwined with the decline of the Mughal Empire. His death at Jajau marked the beginning of the end of an era. The Mughal Empire, once a beacon of power and prosperity, was now on an irreversible path of decline. Azam's story serves as a reminder that even the mightiest empires are not immune to the forces of history and the ambitions of men.